In my series of international organizations, today I'm going to discuss about International Labour Organization. It is a very important organization for exams, competitive exams. Why means in 2019 it celebrated its 100th anniversary, and that too there are some significance and special things about International Labour Organization. You can see here the Director General of International Labour Organization, Juan Somavia. The International Labour Office is headed by a Director General appointed by the governing body. Since 1919, the ILO has been led by, you can see the persons' names who are Director Generals of ILO in the past, and since March 1999 by Juan Somavia of Chile. You can give a glance about this person's names, just a glance. And here comes the headquarters of ILO in Geneva, Switzerland. International Labour Organization. First of all, what is this? What are all the important things about this organization? I'm just give a brief explanation about ILO, the things which are important for competitive exams. And here I am reading the what's this ILO Constitution one quote: "The failure of any nation to adapt humane conditions of labor is an obstacle in the way of other nations which desire to improve the conditions in their own countries." It is there in ILO Constitution. And you can see the origins of International Labour Organization. International Labour Organization emerged with the League of Nations from the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. Why I am discussing about ILO means in recent newspapers somewhere I saw ILO. That's why I'm discussing about International Labour Organization. And it was founded to give the expression to the growing concern for social reform after World War I, and the conviction that any reform had to be conducted at an international level. And in 1946, the ILO became the first specialized agency associated with the newly formed United Nations Organization. On its 50th anniversary in 1969, it was awarded the Nobel Prize. And the first International Labour Conference was held in Washington in October-November 1919. Six conventions and six recommendations were adopted, including Convention number 1 on the duration of the workday. And you can see how the ILO works. The ILO has a tripartite structure unique in the United Nations, in which employers and workers representatives, the social partners of the economy, have an equal voice with those of governments in shaping its policies and programs. And what else here we have to know for our exam point of view? And you can see the objectives are realized in a number of ways. You can see that, you can give a glance there. And here you can see what the ILO does. The ILO has four principal strategic objectives: to promote and realize standards and fundamental principles and rights at work, to create greater opportunities for women and men, to secure decent employment, to enhance the coverage and effectiveness of social protection for all, to strengthen tripartism and social dialogue. Can see the policies and programs, just give a glance. can see President Roosevelt receiving a delegation from the International Labour Conference in Washington in 1944. Following the conference, work in Philadelphia, Declaration of Philadelphia. You can see the mainly what's there in the conference in 1944. The International Labour Organization met in Philadelphia, USA, and adopted the Declaration of Philadelphia. They redefined the aims and purposes of the ILO by adopting the following principles. Labor is not a community. Freedom of expression and of association are essential to sustain progress. Poverty anywhere constitutes a danger to prosperity everywhere. All human beings, irrespective of race, creed, or sex, have the right to pursue both their material well being and their spiritual development in conditions of freedom and dignity, of economic security, and of equal opportunity. Declaration on Fundamental Principles and Rights at Work. In 1998, the International Labour Conference adopted the Declaration on Fundamental Principles and Rights at Work, which reaffirmed the commitment of the international community to respect, to promote, and to realize in good faith the rights of workers and employees to freedom of association and the effective right to collective bargaining. It also commits member states to work towards the elimination of all forms of forced or compulsory labor, the effective abolition of child labor, and the elimination of discrimination in employment and occupation. And here you can see International Labour Standards, ILO Convention and Recommendations. One of the ILO's original and most important functions is the adoption by the tripartite International Labour Conference, employers, workers, and governments of conventions and recommendations which set international standards. Here we can see the conventions in the key ILO conventions. Number 29, Forced Labor Convention 1930 requires the suppression of forced or compulsory labor in all its forms. Certain exceptions are permitted, such as military service, properly supervised convict labor, and emergencies such as wars, fires, earthquakes. Number 87, Freedom of Association and Protection of the Right to Organize Convention 1948 established the right of all workers and employees to form and join organizations of their own, choosing without prior authorization, and lays down a series of guarantees for the free functioning of organizations without interference by public authorities. Number 98, Right to Organize and Collective Bargaining Convention 1949 provides for protection against anti-union discrimination, for protection of workers and employers, organizations against acts of interference by each other, and for measures to promote collective bargaining. Number 100, Equal Remuneration Convention 1951 calls for equal pay and benefits for men and women for work of equal value. Number 105, Abolition of Forced Labor Convention 1957 prohibits the use of any form of forced or compulsory labor as a means of political coercion or education, punishment for the expression of political or ideological views. Workforce mobilization, labor discipline, punishment for participation in strikes or discrimination. Number 111, Discrimination, Employment and Occupation Convention 1958 calls for a national policy to eliminate discrimination in access to employment, training, and working conditions on grounds of race, color, sex, religion, political opinion, national extraction, or social origin, and to promote equality of opportunity and treatment. Number 138, Minimum Age Convention 1973 aims at the abolition of child labor, stipulating that the minimum age for admission to employment shall not be less than the age of completion of compulsory schooling. Number 182, Worst Forms of Child Labor Convention 1999 calls for immediate and effective measures to secure the prohibition and elimination of the worst forms of child labor, which include slavery and similar practices, forced recruitment for use in armed conflict, use in prostitution and pornography, any illicit activity, as well as work which is likely to harm the health, safety, and morals of children. It's all about key conventions of ILO, focus on child labor. I am just giving you can see here the ILO Minimum Wage Convention 1973 number 138 containing the principle of effective abolition of child labor is strengthened by the adoption of a new worst forms of child labor convention 1999 number 182 calling for immediate measures to eliminate as a matter of urgency all of the worst forms of child labor ranging from slavery and compulsory labor to use of a child in any illicit activity and any work which is likely to harm the health, safety, or morals of children. It's all about ILO, and there will be a topic ILO's publications. I'll show you can give a glance about all this matter, but this and all not that much important. I just gave a brief explanation, the thing which is important for competitive exams. And these are all programs of ILO. And you can see the publications of ILO, the Yearbook of Labor Statistics, World Employment Report. Remember that World Employment Report released by International Labour Organization. Key indicators of the labor market released by ILO and ILO Encyclopedia. You can see International Labour Review. Remember this, and a World Employment Report and International Labour Review released by ILO. And that's all about International Labour Organization. What else? Here you can see the countries which are all members of International Labour Organization. India is also a member of International Labour Organization. Thank you.